Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I do mostly pick a card readings with a touch of lo-fi ASMR. I also do other readings on my Instagram, sometimes collective readings. I also have personal readings on my Etsy, all of which will be linked down below in the description box. So if you want to check out more of my stuff, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I try to post at least once a week, but sometimes my schedule is a little bit busy as of the time that I'm filming this. If you want to support my channel, I also have my PayPal down below because this takes a lot of my energy. But if you're not able to financially, commenting and liking my videos also helps out as well. Hello and welcome in. You can probably tell by the title what this is going to be about, so I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle the piles, and you can scroll down to the timestamps down below for the selection. Alright, so it's going to be for pile number 1. Pile number 1 is this citrine here. Pile number 2 is this red coral. And pile number 3 is the rutilated quartz. So if you're ready, you can go down to the timestamp to pick your pile, but I also like to do a little bit of energy cleansing before I start the readings. Energy cleansing just to clear both of our areas here. So get some around you. Alright, so I'm going to start out on pile number 1. For those of you guys who chose pile number 1, let's see what you have here. Start off with the Wildwood Tarot. We have 19, the Sun of Life in reverse. Four of Vessels, the Boredom card. 2 of Stones, Challenge in reverse. We have 2 of Cups in reverse. And then we have our affirmations, which I will get to in a bit. Okay, so I don't know what the 2 of Cups is off the top of my head, so I gotta look that one up. So my first interpretation, my immediate interpretation of this reading is I feel like it has to do with breaking away from something. It could be a breakup, but I feel like for a lot of you it mostly has to do with breaking away from something that doesn't make you feel good. It could be someone, but it could also be something as well, especially with the Sun of Life in reverse here. I feel like the Sun of Life and the Four of Vessels kind of come together, where there's something that you're not really excited about and it doesn't really make you feel good, or it doesn't really make you feel passionate or excited about it. The 2 of Stones I'm reading as you kind of breaking away from something, which I think the 2 of Cups is also clarifying. Do you want to get a reading on clarification on this one? I feel like it's urging you to break away from whatever this is. I also feel like with the Four of Vessels, the Boredom card, you might be thinking about breaking away from this or going away from this. It's like a part of you knows, but you still want some more information or maybe clarification on it. Here's the Nine of Vessels. Maybe there's something that you're holding on to that you should let go of. I also realized I forgot to say this, but the 2 of Cups points to self-love, breakups, disharmony, and distress according to the Biddy Tarot card. So I feel like this could have to do with self-love, or breakups. Not necessarily a relationship breakup, but for some of you that may be. But just breaking away from something that doesn't serve you. Yeah, so with the Knight of Vessels generosity and the abundance card, I feel like there's something that you're holding on to where it just feels like you're holding on to a lot of it, or there's too much of it, and you need to let go of some of the stuff that you have. I'm not reading this at face value. I don't mean getting rid of finances or getting rid of material. But in the context of this reading, it just feels like you're holding on to too much of something. We have the rest card that just fell out. So yeah, I do feel like whatever you're holding on to, too much of it, or you're holding on for it for too long, whatever it is, it's not making you feel excited or passionate. In fact, I think it's making you feel kind of exhausted too. So we have my clarity lies in deep surrender, and I see the light and choose to reside in His loving presence. So with deep surrender, it just feels like you need to let go of something just so more new stuff can come in. I see light and choose to reside in His loving presence. So I feel like this is for those of you who are kind of afraid to let this go. This is reminding you that it is okay to let this go. That if you're holding on to something out of fear, then you're not allowing stuff to come in that can actually benefit you. So try to see the positives of letting this go instead of holding on to something because you feel like you're going to miss out. But this is saying that if you let go of this thing, if it's holding you back, it's going to allow you to move forward into that quote-unquote loving presence. I feel like the pole star is saying that you are being guided or you will have help, especially with the balance card here. I'm kind of reading the balance card as either you're going to find balance when you let go of this thing, but either way, I feel like this is saying that you are being guided and you will get help if you at least go in that direction, in the right direction of going towards that loving presence and letting go of what doesn't serve you. Alright, so that was pile number 1. And I'm going to move on to pile number 2. Just going to cleanse the area between piles before we move on to pile number 2. Just clearing the area, the energy around you and in the room. Alright, pile number 2. starting off with the Wildwood Tarot, then the playing card, and then the affirmations. Okay, so I feel like you're either going back to something or you're going to do something and you're going to realize that it's not going to work for you and you're going to find something new because of that. And I'll show the cards in a bit because I just realized I forgot to do that. So I feel like this has to do with what I said before about you kind of realizing something isn't good for you. I feel like this is going to be something that has yet to happen, but you can realize that this isn't really for you, but you're going to find something else. Yep, okay. So I'm going to start off with the original cards that I pulled. We have King of Arrows, Kingfisher. We have Eight of Vessels, Rebirth and Reverse. And then we have Queen of Bows, the Hare. So, with Kingfisher, the clarification I pulled was Knight of Vessels, Generosity. Usually I read the Kingfisher as someone who's going straight for something, like they have something in mind, just going to be lying towards it. But with the Knight of Vessels, I feel like whatever this is or was, it's not really going to fulfill you. It's not going to be what you expect. And for our Rebirth card, so how I like to clarify something, to clarify sometimes, is to pull for what it means and what it definitely does not mean. I usually have a lot of interpretations in my mind. So we have in the Woodward for what it means, the Woodward in reverse. So similar to the Generosity card in this reading, it feels like whatever this is, it's not what you expect, it's not what you kind of planned for, it's probably not what you liked or like. I feel like for a lot of you this is future tense, that this has yet to happen. So this isn't saying that you shouldn't go for this. And for what it doesn't mean, just for extra clarification with Tombstone Challenge in Reverse and 10 the Wheel. I sometimes read the Hare card as someone who's kind of looking over a hill, someone's looking kind of in the distance because something catches their eye. It's similar to the Stoic card where something kind of catches their eye, they're kind of looking back to see what just happened or see what's there. So I feel like because of this incident or this whatever happens here, something else is going to catch your eye, but I feel like you have to go through this in order to find this. So the Endurance card in reverse. So whatever you're thinking this could be, this isn't saying that you should quit or you should stop or not go in this direction. I feel like it's still urging you to go in this direction because you could still learn from this, you can still find something new from this, and I feel like through this you might be able to find something that you like even better. And the Endurance card in reverse is saying that this is not going to be for nothing. that you're not going to do all this hard work for nothing. So we have 6 of Pentacles in reverse, which reads self-care, unpaid debt, and one-sided charity. I feel like this has more to do with a little bit of self-care, but kind of one-sided charity. And not in the way that you're being selfish, but maybe this is saying that you're kind of in a one-track mind, that you never really think of anything else until you get to this point here. I forgive myself for being so hard on myself, for all that pressure. I am more than enough. So it's saying that if this falls through, or if this is not what you expect, don't be hard on yourself. Again, this was not a waste of your time. This is going to lead you to do something better, but I feel like you have to go through this in order to learn what that is. I am ever expanding radiance. This kind of touches on the I am more than enough. So don't feel like you wasted your time. Don't feel like you did all this for nothing. Don't feel like you're kind of throwing your life away just for this. Sometimes life doesn't really pan out as you expect it, and sometimes that is okay. Just know that whatever happens in your life is not a result of who you are. It's just how you deal with it. And for the last card, we have true strength is resilience. I choose flow over force. And I feel like that pretty much sums up this whole reading. Again, I'm just going to reiterate that whatever this is isn't going to be a waste of your time. You're not throwing your life away. You don't have to finish whatever this is to find that lesson. For some of you, you could be doing this part way and then you find something that you like. Kind of be generous with yourself. Take care of yourself. Just because something goes wrong, don't take that as a sign that you should just give up on everything. Sometimes we have plans and they don't work out the way we want them to. Sometimes the universe just delivers something better. So kind of a general example of what this could be saying is maybe you're in university or college and you're studying for a specific degree, but partway through the studies you find out in one class you actually like another degree a little bit more because of this one class. It doesn't mean that you waste your time on this degree or that you should have known from the start you wanted this other degree. It's just saying that maybe without taking that class because of the degree that you were in, you wouldn't have been able to choose that other degree, if that makes any sense. So that's the end of pile number 2. I'm going to move on to pile number 3. And now we're on to pile number 3. Before I get started on pile number 3, I just wanted to just cleanse the area between readings. We're going to start off with the Wildwood Tarot. We have 3 of Bows, Fulfillment in reverse, Ace of Bows, Spark of Life, and 5 of Arrows, Frustration. If we're playing card, we have King of Cups and the affirmation. And because I don't know the right away off the top of my head, I'm gonna check that on Biddy Tarot. Okay, so I feel like this has to do with emotions and your passions, or whatever gets you excited. With 3 of Bows, Fulfillment in reverse, it feels like not a lot of things get you excited, or there's not really anything you're passionate about, you're not really sure what your calling is. That's the same with the Page of Bows, still in reverse. It's like nothing is really catching your eye at this moment. But then you have Ace of Bows, Spark of Life, and 17, the Pole Star. I feel like there's going to be something unexpected happening. It could be something, well, for the most part, it just feels unexpected, or maybe not what you expect. I feel like for some of you, it could be an unpleasant surprise, but it could be leading to something better. Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be something with the Spark of Bows that something's gonna happen that you're not really going to expect, or things are gonna be going a different way, or things are going to not go as planned. I feel like that's what this is saying as well. You have 3 of Stones, creativity, and 5 of Arrows, frustration. So rather than reading this straight at face value as a frustration card, with the creativity card, it feels like this is going to kind of set you up to find whatever passion you're looking for, or at least find what it is that you're looking for. I feel like this is going to help you kind of like get a clear picture of what you want, or get a clear picture of how to get there. Okay, so the clarification, we have what it means and what it doesn't mean. What it doesn't mean for the 5 of Arrows, frustration. So what it means, we have Ace of Stones, 6 of Arrows, transition. So I feel like whatever is gonna happen here, I feel like whatever is gonna happen here, if it's something unexpected or whatever doesn't go as planned, I feel like it's gonna push you into a direction in which you're gonna be more focused, or you're gonna be more clear what you want, or be clear how to get there. How do I describe it? With the 5 of Arrows, frustration, the person here is kind of like trying to aim at the goat, but the arrows are flying everywhere. But I feel like with this transition card here, it kind of feels like the person is going to be more focused on shooting the arrow at the goat here, if that makes any sense. It's like you're going to know what fell apart or what happened, so you have a better understanding of what to do next. The creativity card, I kind of see this here as you grounding yourself, you being more grounded, you kind of meditating, or you're kind of thinking about what went wrong here, or what could have happened here. You're being more focused on your next step. And again, we have I choose respond instead of react. So I think that's why I kind of confuse this as this being about moodiness or emotions in general. But I feel like this is saying that when you get to this event, or whatever you call it, instead of just throwing the towel and giving up, this is saying to kind of gather all that and focus it in a more positive direction. Then we have King of Cups, reversed. So we have self-compassion, inner feelings, moodiness. I feel like it does touch on self-compassion a lot on here, especially with I choose respond instead of react. So instead of, taking this as a lose or giving up completely and just getting frustrated and throwing in the towel, this is saying be kinder to yourself. This is really not as bad as you think. And with inner feelings, this is saying to be more in touch with the emotions, kind of process through this, and kind of see how you can take this and kind of shape it into something better so you can better focus on your goals and what you're trying to go for. Alright, so that was Powell number 3 and the end of the reading. Again, I have an essay down below for personal readings and my Instagram for other readings that I do.